Speckle Park judging for the 2018 Royal Queensland Show. Our first class in the ring today, ladies and gentlemen, will be class 401, Speckle Park heifer 8 months and under 12 months, with 4 entries in this class. We'd like to welcome to the ring our judge today, Mr. Gerald Spry from Mangapā near Wagga Wagga in New South Wales. Gerald, in partnership with his wife Lyndon, run a successful Shorthorn and Angus operation, both stud and commercial, south of Wagga. Gerald has judged at all major Royals in Australia. He's also judged Shorthorns in Louisville and Denver in the USA, and several times in New Zealand. Gerald's view in terms of what he expects from the Australian beef industry is that the industry will head towards value-based marketing in the next few years, which he believes is badly needed. Please join me in welcoming our judge today, Mr. Gerald Spry.
Troy's over here, you can find that
Hillville in New South Wales. And third, catalogue number 1111, Black Opal Gotcha Rockin', exhibited by the Black Opal Speckle Park Stud in Bundarra in New South Wales. And now for his comments on this class, our judge, Mr. Spry.
Thank you, Craig. First of all, thank you to the RNA for the opportunity and privilege to judge your Speckle Park breed today, and I'm sure it's a day that I'll really enjoy. This first class that we've got here, quite a variation in type. If you just lead the leading heifer off, please. This heifer here to me is the most complete female in the class, really nicely balanced, easy on the move, good on her feet and legs. A heifer that maybe like to see a little fraction more carcass to her, but really the balance and the shoulder, the overall completeness is where she is, and that's why she's there. The heifer we've got in second spot, probably the highest growth heifer that we've got out here, a heifer that's exceptional in her length. To me, that's not good on her feet and there's legs, there's a heifer above her, but you've got to appreciate her for her overall length of body, some shape to her carcass, and the actual growth. The heifer we've got in third spot, to me, the heaviest muscle female out there. Really a lot of shape to this female. A heifer that's a little shorter made in her overall makeup, but really lots of shape and carcass to her. The heifer we've got down in fourth spot, really a lot of shape to her as well, a lot of carcass shape to her. A female that really doesn't carry herself quite as well in her structure side of it as the females above her, but a nice class of heifers to start off with. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Spry. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move to the judging of class 402, Speckle Park heifer 12 months and under 16 months. There are 9 entries in this class. Speckle Park here for 12 months and under 16 months. First is catalogue number 1113, Wattle Grove Elvira M41, exhibited by Wattle Grove Speckle Park. Wattle Grove Speckle Park from Oberon in New South Wales. Second is catalogue number 1120, Wattle Grove Miss Wow M10, also exhibited by Wattle Grove Speckle Park from Oberon. And closing out the trifecta, catalogue number 1119, Wattle Grove Miss Fancy N304, also exhibited by Wattle Grove Speckle Park from Oberon, New South Wales. In fourth place, Corndale Nikki, exhibited by the Corndale Speckle Park stud at Warwick in Queensland. And now, sashing our prize winners, Mr. Philip Bates, Stuart here, and of course the thoroughbred rider for Queensland Country Life. Now for his comments on this class, our judge, Mr. Sprite.
Thanks, Craig. First of all, I'd say this is an awesome class of heifers, and I think we should give these exhibitors a round of applause, because I think it's a very, very strong class, quite even in type, lots of body and capacity, and you know, lots of stoutness to the cattle, lots of depth in them. But a really good class of heifers, and I really did enjoy piece into this particular class and starting to analyse the cattle very closely, and that's what it came down to, is the cattle that are balanced, cattle that move easy on parade, good in their feet and legs, got some capacity to them, got some carcass and some carcass shape to them, and I think this heifer really epitomises of the type that it fits that bill pretty well. She's really nicely balanced, she's easy on parade, she's really collected structure. She's not too strong up to the front end, but still a nice amount of muscle in her and a nice amount of fat cover. The heifer got in second, similar in type also to the heifer got in first. Really like the carcass shape to her, probably carrying just a tad more condition, a little stronger up through her front end, but a really nicely balanced female, excellent udder development and teat placement there, which is something we need to keep an eye on. The other thing I must say that just a little word of caution, that I think we just got to watch that we don't get our heifers too fat. I think it's very, very important, because down the track you will suffer big time. So, but just a little word of caution that not get our heifers too fat. The heifer we got in third, when she came into the ring, she was probably my initial thought that she's the heifer that was going to win the class. And the more I actually looked into her, she just had a couple of little problems there that I would change, but really shows a lot of eye appeal, you know, walks with ease, really not as good right up through her front end, a little open up through her shoulder, but lots of depth of body and capacity and stoutness to her. Really like her a lot, but that's why she stood in third. I really was the heifer that when she came in, I thought, geez, that's probably my winner, but let's just start to analyse it a little closer. That's why she's in third spot, but a really good heifer also. Got a heifer here in fourth. It's probably not quite as stout a maid, not quite the capacity. Probably just got a little more hair on her than some of the other heifers. Really nicely balanced, a little shorter up through her front end than the heifers above her. But a really well made, a young female that should really breed some good cattle for us. If we come down through the class, we get some heifers that probably just start to exhibit a little more condition. Then I'd really like some females that probably just starting to show a little more than I want to see. Just not walking as well as I'd like, not as good on their hind legs as the heifers above them, but overall an excellent class of heifers, and congratulations to the exhibitors. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now move to the judging of Class 403, Speckle Park heifer, 16 months and under 20 months. We have 2 entries in this class. This is the final class before we judge the junior champion Speckle Park heifer, the 2018 Royal Queensland Show. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a result in Class 403, Speckle Park heifer 16 months and under 20 months. First is catalogue number 1121, Diargi Naughty and Nice, exhibited by the Diargi Speckle Park stud from Jigai in New South Wales. And second is catalogue number 1122, Three-Way Honeysuckles Trade, exhibited by Sunnydale Speckle Park stud, also at Jigai in New South Wales, which of course is just north of Lismore. Now for his comments on this class, our judge, Mr. Spry.
Thank you, Craig. Two heifers in this class with some differences in them, and I think when we're all looking and watching on and seeing animal, I like to think that we can analyse the cattle and appreciate the good things in them, and that it's very easy for us all to sit back and pick the faults in an animal. But I think the main thing is to analyse the animals and pick the good things out of them, and then realise that there is a couple of things that you don't like as much. But be positive about them. But the heifer that I've got to win the class really does have the balance. She's got enough carcass to a great length of body, grew on parade, got good structure to her, a nice female. The female I got in second, just a little bit larger in the frame size, so just a little bigger on that end. Probably just doesn't travel up through her front end as well as I'd like, a little bit straighter up through there, and probably just a little bit weaker behind. But that female, you appreciate her for the extra frame that she's got. That if you can work with that sort of cow in your herd, and the big thing is that if she's productive, she has a live calf every year, she's the female that we want. And at this stage we don't know whether she can do that, we don't know how fertile she is at this stage, but looking into the so-called crystal ball, if she can go in calf, in the first 6 weeks of the bull going out or on the first AI, that will be a big plus, because the name of the game is live calves on the ground every year. Extremely important, and that will really govern your income or cash flow from your cattle operation. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now move to the judging of the Junior Champion Speckle Park heifer for the 2018 Royal Queensland Show. The 2018 Royal Queensland Show is catalogue number 1113, Wattle Grove Elvira N41, exhibited by the Wattle Grove Speckle Park stud from Oberon in New South Wales. Our reserve junior champion heifer is catalogue number 1120, Wattle Grove Miss Wow, exhibited by Wattle Grove Speckle Park stud, also from over on in New South Wales. Sashing our champions. Ms. Kayleen Folker from Wairema. Now for his comments on our junior champion, our judge, Mr. Sprite.
Thank you, Craig, and I commented on both these heifers in a really awesome class that came out. I think they're two outstanding heifers, and regardless of what colour they may be, we're breeding beef animals, and I think that if we can breed animals of this sort of pattern, this sort of maturity, I still call them in my mind mid-maturity. I certainly don't call them late in maturity. I don't call them early in maturity. They're really balanced. They've got some nice shape to them. They've got enough cover on them. One's just a little bit more conditioned than the other one. But two awesome heifers, and I must say that I congratulate the breeder on two outstanding heifers. The heifer we've got as a junior, as I said, in a class just a little differences with her, just not quite as much condition on her, probably just a little bit better up through the front end, up through the shoulder. Still plenty of depth of body to her, really good on her legs and feet, but two outstanding animals. I think they beat the heifers we've got back in here that were winners of their class for overall balance and depth and softness that we've got in them. And probably the other thing, we've got a heifer over here that's probably, to some of you, is just a little bit greener, probably just hasn't had quite the preparation of some of the others, and I think most of us can see that, but that will be for the benefit of that heifer in her long-term life, that she's not in really big condition. But when you get to the show ring, just that little more extra bloom certainly does make a difference, and I hate to say it, but it does. But two really awesome heifers, regardless of breed. Congratulations. Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, of course, all the bulls here at the Ekka have been scanned, so I can give you the scan results. Catalogue number 1123 has a weight of 315 kilos, an average daily weight gain of 1.18, P8 fat of 3, rib fat of 2, and an eye muscle area of 65 square centimetres. Catalogue number 1124 weighs 398 kilos, for an average daily weight gain of 1.41, fat depths of 5 and 5, and an eye muscle area of 78 square centimetres. Catalogue number 1125 weighs 396 kilos, for an average daily weight gain of 1.37, fat depths of 4 and 3, and an eye muscle area of 78 square centimetres. Catalogue number 1126 weighs 324 kilos, for an average daily weight gain of 1.12, fat depth of 2 and 2, and an eye muscle area of 64 square centimetres. Catalogue number 1127 weighs 334 kilos, average daily weight gain of 0.98, fat depth of 4 and 3, and an eye muscle area of 65 square centimetres. Finally, catalogue number 1128 weighs 419 kilos, an average daily weight gain of 1.19, fat depth of 8 and 6, and no muscle area of 82 square centimetres. So again, this is the Speckle Park bull, 8 months and under 12 months. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a result in Class 404, Speckle Park Bull, 8 months and under 12 months. First is catalogue number 1124, Pinnacle Park Masterpiece, exhibited by Tanya Paget and Lockie Waters. Second is catalogue number 1125, Bigwig Napoleon Dynamite, exhibited by the Bigwig Speckle Park Stud in Hillville in New South Wales. And third is catalogue number 1123, Dingo Creek Napoleon, exhibited by the Bigwig Speckle Park Stud from Hillville in New South Wales. Presenting the ribbons to our winners, Ms. Belinda Andres from Clifton, and now for his comments on this class, our judge, Mr. Spry.
Thank you. Another really interesting class of bulls, and threw things around a little bit with these two top bulls. As I went through the classes, I looked at the pluses and minuses, and probably the thing I really like about the calf I've got on top, if you could lead him away please, I really like the pattern of the calf, I really like his maturity, I really like the stoutness, so he's got plenty of thickness, plenty of carcass in him. I just like to see him travel just a little better off his hinds, but no animal is perfect, so the pluses again outweigh the negatives. The calf I got in second, I think there's a lot left in this calf, probably just a little greener, maybe not quite as much preparation, but really like the balance of the calf, I really like the outlook, tremendous length of body, really like the quarter on him, really like him down through his sheath, just a little stronger up in his shoulder than I would like, but really a lot of length, a lot of outlook, really nicely balanced calf. The calf we got in third spot, the youngest bull in the class, he fits a similar mould, really nicely balanced, structurally he's very good, really can get his head up and move around easy. So those sorts of animals that are balanced to me usually have some longevity in them. If they've got some structural problems, well then they probably just won't last near as long. So if we can keep them structurally sound as number one, and I think this bull's got it, that I think we're going to see a lot more of that calf as time goes on. 6 months time, a little bit more preparation, etc. And I think, yeah, he'll look pretty good. The calf I've got down here in fourth spot, there's lots of good things about this bull. Really like the depth of body in the bull. He's got plenty of depth of body, and the big plus for me, his testicular circumference in this bull, he's excellent, and it's something we need to really keep an eye on, that we keep those scrotal sizes up, and of all the bulls in the class, I'd expect that he's going to measure quite a bit more than the other bulls that we've got in here. The next two calves, very similar in type, very similar in conformation. Just one bull's got a little more shape in him, a little more back in him, just that little bit more carcass than the other. But a nice class of bulls, and be interested to know what you people thought of the way that you would place them and the reasons why you would put them in that spot. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now move to the judging of Class 405, Speckle Park Bull, 12 months and under 16 months. We have 7 entries in this class. I can advise you of the scan data. Catalogue number 1129 weighs 395 kilos for an average daily weight gain of 1.03. Fat depths of 6 and 4, and an eye muscle area of 81 square centimetres. Catalogue number 1130 weighs 530 kilos, an average daily gain of 1.24, fat depths of 12 and 10, and an eye muscle area of 86 square centimetres. Catalogue number 1131 weighs 566 kilos, an average daily weight gain of 1.23, fat depth of 15 and 11, and an eye muscle area of 97 square centimetres. Catalogue number 1132 weighs 670 kilos for a daily weight gain of 1.45, fat depths of 14 and 7, and an eye muscle area of 105 square centimetres. Catalogue number 1133 weighs 548 kilos, an average daily weight gain of 1.15, fat depth of 11 and 7, and an eye muscle area of 98 square centimetres. Catalogue number 1134, it's a weight of 560 kilos, an average daily weight gain of 1.17, fat depths of 15 and 9, an eye muscle area of 94 square centimetres. And finally, catalogue number 1135 weighs 652 kilos, for an average daily weight gain of 1.32, back depth of 12 and 9, and eye muscle area of 103 square centimetres. Speckle Park Bull, 12 months and under 16 months. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a result in Class 405, Speckle Park Bull 12 months and into 16 months. First is catalogue number 1131, Corndale Nelson, exhibited by the Corndale Speckle Park Stud from Warwick in Queensland. Second is catalogue number 1130, Diagi New Frontier, exhibited by the Diagi Speckle Park Stud from Jigai in New South Wales. And third is catalogue number 1132, Corndale Nitro, exhibited by Corndale Speckle Park Stud in Warwick. Presenting the ribbons to our winners, Miss Sophie Boone from Thornton, the SES Speckle Park Stud. And now for his comments on this class, our judge, Mr. Spry.
So again, thanks Craig for that. Same thing, we analysed this bull, he's the most complete bull in the class. Lots of depth to him, still enough smoothness and plenty of muscle and carcass, moves off his legs well. A bull that's quite complete in his overall structure and makeup. The bull I've got in second spot actually grew on me, and that might sound crazy, but further I went into the class, the more I liked him, and when you actually analyse that bull, he hasn't got probably just quite the weight per day of age and not the spring and depth of body, but a very correct bull, got enough carcass in him, good testicle development, excellent feet, really good feet, and I'm very impressed with that, and that's one thing we must keep an eye on. The bull I've got in third spot, really like the muscle in this bull, and you look at the bull and say, righto, the big thing about this bull is his natural thickness. He's really stout made, very deep bodied, got a lot of carcass in him. The sort of bull I think, if someone wanted to do a terminal job in their breeding program, of all the bulls in the class, he's the bull I'd pick if I was going to do a terminal program, because he's got lots of red meat in him, a lot of yield, but still about the nice medium maturity pattern to him, big set of testicles, lots of wood in that bull, a little stronger up in his front end, but as I say, he's got lots of pluses, and it's just a matter of knowing how to use that bull and where to use him in your breeding program, and that bull can contribute lots of things to it. The bull we've got next in line here came into the ring, liked him a lot, probably went off him just a little bit as time went on. A bull that probably didn't handle his legs near as well as I'd like, but lots of depth of body in him. A bull that looks to have plenty of durability, good up through his shoulder, but just a couple of little things I would change in the bull. The next bull we've got, not quite the weight per day of age, a bull with a lot of shape to him, a lot of carcass, a lot of rump in him, but also similar in his gait and type through his back end. The bull we've got next in line, an earlier maturing bull, a bull that's a little straighter up through his front end than I'd like to see, but still lots of shape and lots of carcass to him, big set of testicles on him, but just doesn't move off his legs quite as well as I'd like, and that's where he gets beaten in the class. The bull we've got next in line, a younger bull, but a bull that to me has got lots of shape, lots of carcass there, but just like to see more weight per day of age in an animal of that particular age. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we chill out to the sounds of the Beach Boys, we move to Class 406, Speckle Park Bull 16 months and under 20 months. There is one entry. It's not the entry in your catalogue, having said that. So entry number 1136A is in the ring. He weighed 736 kilos, has an eye muscle of 118 square centimetres, in fact that's 6'7" and 5. Ladies and gentlemen, the Junior Champion Speckle Park Bull for the 2018 Royal Queensland Show is catalogue number 1131, Corndale Nelson, exhibited by Corndale's Speckle Park Stud in Warwick. The Reserve Junior Champion Speckle Park Bull, catalogue number 1130, Diaghi New Frontier, exhibited by the Diaghi Speckle Park Stud from Jiggai in New South Wales. Sashing our Junior and Reserve Junior Champion, Mr David Spencer from Mickleham in Victoria. Of course, Dave's more recognised in the shorthorn world and has had quite a lot of success at the Sydney Royal in the last few years, and it's great to have him up here in Queensland. Now for his comments on our championship, our judge, Mr Spry.
Thank you, Craig. And, our champion and reserve, I commented on their class, and two very good bulls. I mean, the bull that we've got here really covers most of the spectrum of where we want to be, of durability, depth of body, structural soundness, eye appeal at the same time. I mean, the only thing we don't have access to is any performance data, which I think would be great down the track in time to come, just as another guide to the judges that are looking at the animals. The bull we've got in reserve here, really do like this calf. Really beautiful shoulder on him, very correct in his makeup. As I said, he's probably got as good a feet as any animal I've had come through so far. Really good testicle development on him. A bull that'd do, I think, an excellent job in our industry. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr Spry. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move to the judging of the senior cow and heifer classes in the Speckle Park breed. There are two classes that have entries in them, both smaller classes. So our next class will be class 407, Speckle Park cow or heifer, 20 months and under 30 months. There's one entry in this class. Speckle Park cow heifer 20 months and under 30 months. So one entry in the class. Our following class, class 408, has 2 entries. So our judge has determined that he won't make comment on the individual classes, but comment on the 3 animals when they come out for the senior championship. Ladies and gentlemen, result in class 407, Speckle Park cow heifer 20 months and under 30 months. First is catalogue number 1137, Hunter Valley Magic, exhibited by Troy Hepburn from McKees Hill in New South Wales. That's it. We'll comment on the senior females when they come out for the senior championship. So after this class we move to class 408, cow 30 months and under 48 months, and there are 2 entries. So ladies and gentlemen, class 408, Speckle Park cow, 30 months and under 48 months. We have 2 entries. Speckle Park cow 30 months and under 48 months. First is catalogue number 1139, Wattle Grove 61Y Unique L211, exhibited by Corndale's Speckle Park Stud in Warwick. And second is catalogue number 1138, Waratah Ember L136, exhibited by Sunnydale Speckle Park Stud in Jigai in New South Wales. As I noted, our judge, Gerald Spry, will not comment on this age class because these two cows, along with the winner of the previous class, will now come out to contest the senior champion and reserve senior champion Speckle Park cow or heifer for the 2018 show. Now, winners being sashed by Mr. Adrian Nixon from Weetalabar. Which plug should I put in? The fitting service, the Gelby stud? Or heifer for the 2018 Royal Queensland Show. It's catalogue number 1137, Hunter Valley Magic, exhibited by Troy Hepburn from McKees Hill in New South Wales. Our reserve senior champion Speckle Park cow is catalogue number 1139, Wattle Grove 61Y Unique L211, exhibited by the Cornflower Speckle Park stud from Warwick. Now for his comments on our senior champion lineup, our judge Gerald Spry.
Thanks, Craig. I'll just comment on the two cows and calves first, and then go onto the heifer. Found it probably quite difficult in this class with the two mature cows. We've got two cows that are probably completely different types. We've got one here, really long bodied, a lot of shape, a lot of carcass. Yeah, plenty of depth of body in her. Probably just a little tighter wound. Then we've got a cow here, for the want of another word, just a little more traditional in the type, a little flatter made, not quite as much carcass in her. Really like the teats and other construction on her. A nice female, a little shorter up through her front end. Appears to be a very easy doing type of female, medium in maturity. So a cow that we can certainly work with in our industry and should do a really nice job. The heifer that we've got as our senior champion, 3 months in calf, 21 months old, maybe like to see it a little further in calf in my opinion, but really like the type, just probably a tad more shape and carcass than the reserve female, really sound in her structure, very good feet and legs, and that's why she's in that spot. Thank you.
Thank you, Gerald. Ladies and gentlemen, sashing our senior and reserve senior champion females was Mary Lou Lading from the Big Wig Speckle Park stud. We now move to the judging of the Grand Champion Speckle Park cow heifer for the 2018 Royal Queensland Show. In addition to the champion ribbon, the winner of this class will receive the Elders Shield of Excellence. We'd like to thank Elders for their ongoing sponsorship of the Ekka's beef section, and it's great to have Brian Kennedy from Elders Stud Stock Armidale with us.
Oh yeah, it's the overall judging. Oh, the junior one. Yeah. Overall champion.
To be on Facebook already.
For the 2018 Royal Queensland Show, it's catalogue number 1113, Wattle Grove Elvira N41, exhibited by the Wattle Grove Speckle Park stud from Oberon in New South Wales. Presenting our champion sash is Mr. Matt Kirk from Mundabra, and of course we've got Brian Kennedy from Elders in Armidale presenting the Elders Shield of Excellence. For his comments on our Grand Champion female, we'll call on Gerald Spry.
Thanks, Craig. It really wasn't, in my mind, difficult at all. And I thought this junior heifer was a clear winner. I really do like the overall balance, the stoutness, the depth of body, the durability in it. Really got a great head and eye. Very gentle in her nature by the look of her. Really the overall balance. Still got enough stoutness to her and still good enough through her front end. It's the sort of female I really like. I mean, we don't know, as I said in some of the other classes, we really don't know how fertile she's going to be yet, and they're all things that we're yet to find out. But we've got no real way of knowing at this age how fertile this animal is. But phenotypically, I think she's absolutely outstanding. Regardless of colour, I mean, I certainly, if she was in my herd as a shorthorn or an Angus, I'd be absolutely tickle pink. But I should say that the Speckle Park breed, if you can multiply females like this, I think you're in very good hands, and that's the name of the game, to multiply those really good ones. And that type, that maturity, really, when she goes out and breeds bulls, or say we have her in a commercial herd, and I'd like to always relate back to a commercial herd. Say she was a commercial cow, and she's producing animals, you can use lots of sorts of bulls on a heifer like that, or a cow like that. They really are very, very safe, and I must say I think she's a really good one, and congratulations to her. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now move to the judging of our senior Speckle Park bulls. We have two classes. Our first class is class 409, Speckle Park bull 20 months and under 30 months. There are 7 entries in this class. You have 2 withdrawals, catalogue number 1142 and 1143. So, ladies and gentlemen, of course, as we've said before, all the bulls are scanned here at the Ekka. I can give you their scan results. Catalogue number 1140 weighs 690 kilos for an average daily weight gain of 1.05. Fat depths of 10 and 7, and an eye muscle area of 106 square centimetres. Catalogue number 1141 weighs 702 kilos for a daily weight gain of 1.06, fat depth of 15 and 9, an eye muscle area of 101 square centimetres. Catalogue number 1144 weighs 678 kilos for a daily weight gain of 0.97, fat depth of 8 and 7, and an eye muscle area of 105 square centimetres. Catalogue number 1145 weighs 846 kilos for an average daily weight gain of 1.04, fat depth of 20 and 12, and an eye muscle area of 119 square centimetres. Catalogue number 1146 weighs 768 kilos for an average daily weight gain of 0.9, fat depth of 12 and 7, and an eye muscle area of 116 square centimetres. Catalogue number 1147 weighs 906 kilos for an average daily weight gain of 1.02, fat depth of 21 and 12, an eye muscle area of 122 square centimetres. And finally, catalogue number 1148, weight 928 kilos for an average daily weight gain of 1.05, fat depth of 22 and 14, and an eye muscle area of 125 square centimetres. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a result in class 409, Speckle Park Bull 20 months and under 30 months. First is catalogue number 1148, Fish Creek Farm Lightning, exhibited by the 6-star Speckle Park Stud from Bundanoon in New South Wales. Second is catalogue number 1147, 6-star Leroy, also exhibited by 6-star Speckle Park. And third, catalogue number 1145, making up the trifecta, 6-star Wombaroo, also exhibited by the 6-star Speckle Park Stud in Bundanoon. Congratulations, Greg. Ladies and gentlemen, for his comments on this class, our judge, Gerald Spry.
Thank you. If you could read the first bull off, please. It was another interesting class, and the bull that I've got actually winning the class probably gets up to a fraction more frame in him than I personally like, but the bull is so well balanced, overall structure and balance and legs and feet, that he really does have to win the class. Really good head on the bull, excellent eye jaw. The bull we've got in second spot, a really rugged bull, a bull with a lot of ruggedness, a lot of stoutness still to him, but a bull I'd really just like to change some of his feet. The same goes for the next bull, a really rugged, deep body, a bull that's got some softness in him. If you look, he's got a little bit of flank in him, a really excellent set of testicles, as I said earlier, something that we really need to keep an eye on, and really like the overall durability of that bull. I think the bull has got that really good skin on him. To me, that will also give you some durability. As we go back down through the class, we have some bulls that are a little bit more less in performance. I like to see a bit more body mass to them, a bit more stoutness to them, and that's where they really get beaten by those three bulls that we had, the first, second and third. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now move to the judging of class 410, Speckle Park Bull 30 months and under 42 months. I should also just thank to the Miss Georgie Boone from SGS Speckle Park Stud that sashed the prize winners in the last class. Thank you. So class 410, Speckle Park Bull 30 months and under 42 months. There's one entry in the class. Scans for this entry. Weight 1,012 kilos, average daily weight gain of 0.93, fat depth of 16 and 10, and an eye muscle area of 132 square centimetres. Ladies and gentlemen, after this class we judge our senior champion and then grand champion bull. It's not in the schedule, but the Speckle Park Association have also provided a banner for basically a best exhibit. So after the Grand Champion Bull, we'll ask Gerald to judge that and then move on to the groups. Senior Champion Speckle Park Bull for the 2018 Royal Queensland Show. Catalogue number 1148. Fish Creek Farm Lightning, exhibited by the 6-star Speckle Park stud from Bundanoon in New South Wales. The Reserve Senior Champion Speckle Park Bull is catalogue number 1149. 6-star Premier, also exhibited by the 6-star Speckle Park stud from Bundanoon. Congratulations, Greg. Sashing our Senior and Reserve Senior Champion is Mary Lou Lading from Big Wig Speckle Park stud. And now for his comments on our Senior Championship lineup, our Judge Gerald Sprott.
Now, Senior Champion and Reserve, quite similar in type. Both bulls really very long body, certainly got adequate carcass to them, really nice coverage in their fat cover. Really like this younger bull, is really like his fat cover, just ideal. Excellent set of testicles, hanging really even, good footed, tight sheath, excellent head, jaw, all that sort of thing. Really sound in the structure makeup. The Reserve Champion bull, the older bull, yeah, very similar in type, really long bodied, probably doesn't track near as well as the young calf, and probably just like to change him in his hind feet a little. But the overall balance and soundness and correctness of the younger bull, to me, that gives him the Senior Champion. Thank you.
Thank you, Gerald. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move to the judging of the Grand Champion Speckle Park Bull for the 2018 Royal Queensland Show. Following that Grand Championship, we will judge the best exhibit, which is not something we judge often here at the Ekka, but the Speckle Park Breed Society has donated a banner for that award. Following that, we will move into our 2 group classes. So we now judge the Grand Champion Speckle Park Bull. The winner will receive a ribbon, and also the Elders Shield of Excellence, sponsored by Elders. We'd like to thank Elders again for their ongoing support of the beef cattle section here at the Royal Queensland Show. Grand Champion Speckle Park Bull for the 2018 Royal Queensland Show is catalogue number 1148, Fish Creek Farm Lightning, exhibited by the 6-star Speckle Park stud from Bundanoon in New South Wales. Presenting the Grand Champion ribbon, Mr. Ian Galloway, one of our counsellors in the beef section. Of course, Ian and his wife Anne operate the Catharaba Hereford stud and the Duaran Red Angus stud, Red Brangus stud. I'd also like to thank Elders for, again, their sponsorship, and Brian Kennedy from Elders Armidale is presenting the Elders Shield of Excellence. a best exhibit for the Speckle Park breed. The Speckle Park Association's been kind enough to donate a banner, and I'll hand over to our judge, Gerald Spry.
Thank you, Craig. Pretty happy with what I've got out here, actually. I think we have a very good senior bull that really has the balance and correctness and structure and feet, legs. Certainly adequate carcass in him. Really good up through his front end shoulder, good head and eye. Excellent set of testicles. Got a junior heifer that has come through and beat the senior cow. I commented on her before. Really love the balance of this heifer. Really love the maturity. Love the whole structure set up of her. Very good heifer. Just running around in my mind prior to both of them coming out and saying to myself, which way will I go? I think we've got two animals in front of us. I think we have a very good bull, no doubt about that. But I think we have an absolutely outstanding female. So my supreme exhibit is going to be the female. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Speckle Park Breed Society overall grand champion is catalogue number 1113, Wattle Grove Elvira N41, exhibited by the Wattle Grove Speckle Park Stud from Oberon in New South Wales. Presenting the banner, we have our beef counsellor, Mr. Ian Galloway from Roma, and also Ms. Chantel Alexander from the Speckle Park on the Rock Stud at Kingaroy. Should be a prize for best stud name. Ladies and gentlemen, in the Speckle Park ring, we've got two classes left. A pair of bulls, class 411, will be next, followed by a breeders group, and that will bring us to a close. Judging of class 411, pair of bulls. There are 4 entries in this class. Class 411 pair of Speckle Park Bulls. First is catalogue number 1150, exhibited by the 6-star Speckle Park stud from Bundanoon in New South Wales. Second is catalogue number 1153, exhibited by Corndale Speckle Park stud, and they're from Warwick in Queensland. And third, catalogue number 1152, the pair of bulls exhibited by Wattle Grove Speckle Park from Oberon in New South Wales. For his comments on this class, our judge Gerald Spry.
Probably sick of hearing me now, but we're nearly finished. And the two bulls that we've got as our winning pair are very similar in type. Bulls with quite a lot of performance in them, and it's something that we need to be aware of, is to keep some performance in our cattle. And if we can get those animals that really have got high growth of at least 400 days, I think we're well in there. They've still got adequate carcass, plenty of body in them, soundness. The pair we've got in second place here, the junior bull, and another bull I think was third in his class. Two very good bulls. Really like the balance of this calf here with junior. And I commented on the bull, his mate. There's a very high yielding, a lot of carcass in him, and would make I think an excellent terminal sire. The bulls behind them, not quite as good in their overall makeup and structure, but very solid animals, and no doubt will do a very good job in the commercial industry, but really get probably outpowered on performance, and that's why they're in third slot. Thank you.
Thank you, Gerald. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move to the judging of our final class today for the Speckle Parks, Class 412, the Breeders' Group. There are 3 entries in this class.
Go quiet. Good. No worries. All good?
Yeah, I just finished.
Okay, Class 412, Speckle Park Breeders Group. First is catalogue number 1155, the team exhibited by Wattle Grove Speckle Parks from Oberon in New South Wales. Second, catalogue number 1154, Corndale Speckle Park stud from Warwick. And third, Sunnydale Speckle Park stud from Jigeye in New South Wales. Now, for his comments, our judge, Gerald Spry.
Thanks, Craig. The team that here we've got to win it is a pretty handy bull, but two absolutely outstanding females, and it's just got so much strength there, and that's where they got them into top slot. The second group here, we've commented on all those animals before. A good, sound, safe group, but this top group here has just got that bit extra there, and lots of carcass and durability and soundness in them. Very good team in second, just not that overall balance that we've got. It's team in third, good team also, but really get outpowered on performance of the animals above them. Just in closing, I'd like to say that thank you very much to the stewards who have helped me through the day. Thank you very much to Craig and his stewards. It's much appreciated. You've done a great job in getting them through. I've tried to be constructive today in the animals that have been put before me. I tried to pick a type if at all practical to do so, and I think most of the day I've sort of found a type that I'd like to think that our industry needs. Cattle that are balanced, medium in their maturity, got enough performance in them. Also, thank you very much to the Speckle Park exhibitors for your time and effort. And I know at this time it's a pretty hard gig for the climate that's put in front of us, and the amount of money and effort and expense that you guys have put into to get to this show is pretty special. And I commend you and congratulate you on bringing a very good lot of cattle forward to me, and I've really enjoyed the day. Thank you.
I'd like to thank you for your insight and your input and your wisdom